Monday. Some good news when it comes to people's health here in the Twin Cities.
American College of Sports Medicine released its ranking of the fittest cities in the United States. Minneapolis came in number 2, St. Paul number 7.
Way to go.
Yeah, nice news here for sure. The number 1 city again was a suburb right outside of Washington, D.C., Arlington, Virginia. And part of this, there are two kind of sets of things in this that they look at. One are things that you can control as an individual, and other are like more structural things that benefit our area, right? We have a lot of parks, we have a lot of open space.
A lot of people that bike, we have a lot of playgrounds. Our air quality is actually pretty good here. And when you talk about the personal stuff, that's more like what percentage of people here smoke, how many people eat their fruits and veggies, and a big one where we do very well is sleep. 73% of people in Minneapolis are getting 7+ hours of sleep. It's interesting how they score this because they do this every year, and sleep was one of the things they added. It's just another just reason to show that how important sleep ends up being to your overall
health. Isn't that fascinating?
Right?
Yeah, there are a total of 31 indicators, and to add sleep, and they added food insecurity as well. Because if you're hungry, and in the community, if you have an issue with that, it is certainly going to be harder to achieve any sort of reasonable health measure, right? But when you look at exercise, we exercise. In St. Paul, you know, to me, it's sort of hilarious that you can separate these two. Like, really? Like,
very similar.
Like, people on one side of the street are in the second fittest city, and on the other are the 7th.
Which would make sense that Minneapolis and St. Paul rank almost exactly the same in the community parts, you know, the biking, the air quality, all of that. It's just the St. Paul gets the lower score, and not that much lower score when it comes to the personal stuff.
Yeah, so I think this is, you know, and the reason they do this is, you know, the American College of Sports Medicine, this isn't like the same as like the wallet hubs of the world and the USA, you know, U.S. News and World Report, where they're trying to sell magazines or get you to visit their website. This is really more about advocating for some of the structural things that really do make a difference in our fitness level. I think a lot of times we look at fitness and think it's either a personal achievement or failure, but in many ways, these are things that the community as a whole can make decisions that lead to better outcomes for people.
For sure. And when you talk about what the community can do, what the cities can do, you're talking about things, capacity issues, new programs, building out more bike lanes, building out more playgrounds. But you're also talking about partnerships within communities. When we talk about food insecurity, we're going to talk about there. So as more people get talking about it, more city leaders become more engaged, and then the idea is that, you know, that at that level you can make some change which will trickle on down.